Hello and welcome back to Skylar and Isaac Frequency Modulated, except Skylar is not here and our good friend Michael Hauser is.
Hello everybody, I'm very happy to be on this podcast.
At long last. We literally tried to get you on like every single time we did it last year and we just never got around to it. So
It's finally here
finally
with one
doing
half
it.
of Frequency Modulated.
Exactly, we're finally doing it. What better way? I think we're going to have to do another part with Skylar at some point.
Yeah, I think
all three of us.
it'll probably cut maybe 90 minutes out of it, but I think it'd be a lot of
Skylar will
fun.
cut literally all of it, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so today, if you didn't read the title of the podcast, because it's October, we're talking about horror movies because Michael is a horror movie aficionado.
Oh, don't call me that.
That's not true.
Just movie aficionado.
He's a movie aficionado, which means he's automatically the most qualified to talk about horror movies.
Shut up. I'm ready. I'm ready
And
to get
I love
some...
movies, but I'm not an expert like that, so that's why he's here.
I'm ready to have some good conversation. I'll be honest for the audience. I was never the biggest fan of horror movies. I didn't watch The Goonies.
Me neither.
I didn't watch The Goonies from 1980. Isaac just said he hasn't seen The Goonies. Please attack him for that. I didn't watch it until I was maybe 10 years old because every time my sister or mom put it on, I would be terrified of the caves and the character. It was just too much for me. Coraline, too. Coraline was way too much. Isaac also hasn't seen Coraline. Skylar, keep all of
There's
this
a lot of those like classic like childhood ones that I should have watched when I was like 12, but I just haven't seen.
No, Coraline is crazy. I want that on the record.
I'll watch it for the next one.
All right, then should we get actually into this?
We're going to get actually into it, and we're going to talk about our personal best and worst horror movies. I would love for you to start because I'm curious.
Well, this might be obvious to those who know me well, but I am a big, big, big fan of Jordan Peele's Nope. Everybody, of course, knows Get Out. Amazing Daniel Kaluuya performance, and performances across the board.
I watched that 2 weeks ago.
I know. Congratulations to Isaac. Jordan Peele is just, no matter what he does, from the three movies he's put out, Get Out, Us, and Nope, they've all been so unique from each other and examined so many different aspects of society that I find so interesting. And of course I love Get Out, and Us is a very close second to my favorite, but something about Nope and its comments on individuality and what we do to put other things in our control is so interesting, and it's so unnerving so much of the time. Those who have seen it know the jupe in the belly scene. Also, one of my favorite endings of his films, a big monster you rarely see fully, really reveals itself in the last 10 minutes, and it's one of the most beautiful scenes in recent cinema for me. I'm just a sucker for Nope. And the whole monkey storyline. Come on.
Yeah. Nope is definitely, I don't know. Nope is really up there for me. Us was the first one I watched, and I really enjoyed that, especially because that was like my first like real foray into proper horror movies. I think was Us, but I think Nope is definitely my favorite of his three, and I don't know. That could maybe be my best also. I really, really, really liked that movie. It was just like made me feel really small in a really unsettling way that was really effective. Yeah. That could really be it for me too. Yeah, I think that's it for me as well. Like
we're tied.
It's good. There's good symbolism going on, but also like the alienness of it is awesome, and I've really loved the last like 5 years of desert cinematography in movies. Has been just like all around really good. I think that's it for me. I really liked Get Out also, but it's so different that, and unsettling obviously for very different reasons. But I think it has to be Nope. I think that has to be it. Like I can't think of a horror movie I've watched that did a better job of really unsettling me.
I would like, just because we're both in agreement right now, to offer two other picks. One, I'm not going to say. I'm saving it for a later category. Okay. But I watched it this past week, and it blew my mind in socks and face off. The other, I will say, Hereditary, Ari Aster. I think Isaac forgot about Ari Aster.
I did. You're so right. My girlfriend actually just watched that movie the other night and hated it.
Oh,
Because she hates horror movies. Not
because it's bad.
Not because it's bad, because she hates horror movies.
I love the acting in it. Toni Collette, one of the best
all-around great
lead performances,
especially from
horror.
Toni Collette. I take it back. Maybe it's Hereditary for me. You're right. I totally forgot about Hereditary. Like,
I mean, you probably wouldn't say this, but I also have a very strong affinity for Beau is Afraid. I love Joaquin Phoenix.
I've not seen Beau is Afraid.
It's okay. It's a commitment. It's close to 3.5 hours. I have feelings
about Joaquin Phoenix in general. So
that's fair. I think it's a pretty good performance from him. It felt, for the audience, Kafka-esque, alluding to Franz Kafka. I really loved...
Because there's other famous Kafkas that you could be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I guess, but
his son Bertram Kafka.
Okay. Yeah,
but
keep going.
In the movie, it's a lot like The Trial or The Castle, where Joaquin Phoenix is just... He didn't really do anything wrong. He's just a character where horrible and inconceivable things continue to happen.
Right.
And I really think Astor leaned into that unexpectedness, and it was really beautiful in a lot of ways that I think horror movies have a hard time being. Love the whole Oedipal relationship and the creepy monster in the attic. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm a sucker for it. I watched it, and by the end of it, I was so enraptured, and it stayed with me. And I can't help but think of it.
Yeah, that's another one that's been on my list that I have not gotten to yet. That and Midsommar I've been meaning to watch forever and haven't gotten around to yet.
Well, if you love Hereditary.
Right, exactly. The other part I love about Hereditary is that the score by Colin Stetson is amazing. I love Colin Stetson. I love his saxophone work on the middle 2 or middle 3 Bon Iver records. Actually, I think that has to put Hereditary as my number one, just because that for me adds so much texture to it. Yeah.
Shall we go on to worst?
Yes.
You first now.
Okay. The worst horror movie I have ever seen is a movie called The Alchemist Cookbook.
I've never heard of that.
Hulu original, I think, about this guy who is a chemist and lives in a trailer in the woods, and he's trying to do alchemy, and it goes poorly. But it's not a very good movie.
That's fair.
It's just not that good at all.
Yeah, I probably won't ever watch it.
I don't recommend it.
I'm sorry, it was terrible.
There are a lot of other movies you should watch instead.
Oh, for sure. And I hate to, this isn't a competition, but I think I've got a worse movie for you. I'm sure you've all on the airwaves heard about Heretic, starring Hugh Grant. Came out last year.
Been meaning to watch it because I heard mixed things.
Yeah, those mixed things, you should listen to the negatives. I wanted to love this movie so much. I went in, the first 30 minutes were very engaging. Two of the young actresses, like the other main characters, one of them was in a TV show my girlfriend had watched, and so I was watching her performance and Hugh Grant's performance. It was very good synergy and that creeping, foreboding feeling of who's this guy and why am I in his house and why does he want me here, right? It's two Mormon girls go to a guy's house. Every point after that, I feel as though Scott Beck and Brian Woods wanted to debase the intelligence of American audiences. Hugh Grant's incredible acting is thrown out the window. Every word, every line he says begins to make less and less sense until you're 2/3 of the way through. There's still 1/3 of the movie left. And he's explaining his whole reason for doing these things and wanting power and control. One of the worst symbols in a horror movie I think I've ever watched. It was so stupid. It had so much going for it at the beginning. It built up tension, and what could this plot go into? About belief in faith, and what happens when you face a criminal, a crazed man. And then it just half-assedly includes some Satan and cult stuff, and then brings you back around. Apparently his house is 500 acres bigger than you thought it was all of a sudden in the last 20 minutes. And then the movie ends and you're like, why did I waste my money coming to Cinemark for this? That's what I felt.
I take it back. I know what my worst horror movie is because of the worst experience. It was, what's that movie called? The one where they kill themselves in front of people and then the curse transfers to them and they kill themselves in front of other people.
It's not It Follows?
No, that's the one about STDs falling.
No, yeah.
That's it.
Have sex and then they die.
It got a second movie.
Talk to me?
Smile.
I
walked out of the theater at the end of that movie.
Smile 1?
Yeah, the first one. I'm not gonna watch the
I've heard
one.
Smile 2.
I've heard the second one is actually a lot better.
I saw a clip of the ending of Smile 2.
The first one left such a bad taste in my mouth that I'm not going back to it. I will say that the first Smile movie was effective in really getting under my skin. I really hated its use of just constant, super graphic jump scares. What this movie is trying to say about how traumatic events make us hurt other people, and how we are all doomed to repeat that cycle no matter what, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. And it just became super fatalist by the end of the movie, and I was like, I hate this. I absolutely hate what this is trying to say. That's my worst horror movie.
I respect
actually.
I haven't seen it.
I really hated watching that movie.
I probably won't now.
I do not recommend. It was an awful experience. Most memorable?
Yeah. Final Destination 1.
Haven't seen it.
It's okay. I'll be honest. My guilty pleasure is the Final Destination movies. They get my goat. I don't know. They're so goofy. The thing is, I love the formula that the first movie sets up, and it's something I've never forgot. I mean, prescience in movies is nothing new, and seeing the future and reacting from it. But watching Final Destination for the first time, not knowing anything about the series except, oh, people die sometimes. The opening scene, like the first 15 minutes, are the class trip going to Paris, and this kid envisions the entire plane breaking and blowing up and everyone dying. And then he wakes up and storms off the plane. The plane explodes in the air with all his friends who escaped. And I will never forget that. And I'll be honest, I really like the cast of the first movie. Like, it's all young, not really popular actors, but something about them, I'm endeared to them. They're like, nothing could happen to us, and then they get hit by a bus.
I think for me it is Us, because the twist towards the end of the movie, just because it was like it had been a while since I'd like really watched a real horror movie when I watched it. Honestly, it was one of the first like real horror movies I watched too. That is probably my most memorable, just because it was like, whoa, we were following this one character, but this was happening
everywhere all the time.
Crazy. Yeah.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
Next, least
most forgettable.
Yeah.
I think for me is that the Alchemist Cookbook movie. Like, it's just so. It was just such a nothing burger of a movie.
Yeah. Damn it. I thought you were going to have some new, because this is just going to highlight how hot take of my answer is. Weapons. I watched it in theaters with my girl. I was in the theater. I was enjoying it. I was into it. I was getting jump scared throughout. It was great acting. I love Josh Brolin, and I forget the main actress's name, but she was in Ozark with Jason Bateman. It was amazing. It's okay if you don't know her. I don't remember her name.
I'll look just for my own curiosity.
But I thought the acting was good. I thought the non-chronological narrative was kind of interesting. I thought the ending was cool. But every day after watching it, it left my mind more and
Julia
more.
Garner.
Yes. She's amazing. I loved, the different perspectives showing, like, what we see from one person's angle is not really the truth, which it's going to disappear from my memory in a year.
Yeah. Especially for how hyped up that movie was.
Yeah, I was very excited. I mean, the whole Jordan Peele fired people because they didn't own the rights. Like, the rights weren't that good. What do I know? Yeah. What's next?
Scariest? So, for me, like, Smile is, even though I really, really hated that movie, is up there in terms of, and part of it is that it just has a lot of jump scares, but also the actual concept of, like, the way in which it is delivered did still get under my skin, where I was like, wow, that actually, like, really freaked me out.
It discomforts me, yeah.
It really, that, and also Get Out was a whole other level of, like, so deeply unsettling, but maybe not as scary for me as Smile.
Yeah.
So
that's understandable.
I think Smile is probably it for me, even though I absolutely hated that movie.
I hate to name drop some I know you haven't seen, but
you do that a lot, so I'm not. That's not like a new experience.
Cure by Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
I really wanted to watch that movie before this, but I haven't.
No, I'll get it to you. I'll be home sometime soon. I'll bring it back.
I really do want to watch that. It's been on my list for a while.
It makes my skin crawl just to think about it. It's so unique. It's so delicate in how it handles horror and how it lets it creep over you, and yet also so brash. Like, things happen suddenly. You're like, oh my, and it gives you that. Well, that's the thing. It's spaced out and paced amazingly. It feels like a dream a lot of the time. Like, you don't know what is really happening. You know vaguely about what the main killer, like, it's about a killer who ends up. Well, that's the thing. It's a bunch of different people who kill those closest to them, but they all have the same, like,
they do it, like, in a similar way,
like wounds, exactly. And so they think it's a killer, but it's all different suspects who all confess to the murders. And so it's a weird hypnosis thing for a little bit. Maybe people might call me a baby because it's not technically, it doesn't have jump scares. It's not like the scariest, but
Right, but
it's the most unnerving and unsettling movie I think I've ever seen.
Oh, another one for me that we had talked about
Mm-hmm.
a while back is that you had said I should watch if I hadn't already.
Mm-hmm.
Is Perfect Blue.
Mm.
Was just did such a good job of wow, I as a man am very unsettled watching this movie.
Mm-hmm. And talk about good use of non-chronological timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved it.
Yeah, Woman of the Hour was great, and so I just a couple days after that I watched Perfect Blue. It's like I'm never gonna leave my house ever again.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna talk to anybody ever again. This is awful. Such a fever dream nightmare of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moving on to Ambiance and Vibe, another one that I watched the same day as Perfect Blue is Donnie Darko. I think does such a good job of sticking to a vibe, even though the vibe often makes no sense and is so all over the place. But I think that does it. Thank you all for listening. We will have Michael back very, very soon, I hope, with Skylar also. Yeah. Anything you want to leave the people with?
Bong Joon-ho once said, "There's so much to discover once you get past the 1-inch barrier of subtitles." And I don't think anything better could be said about foreign films. Have a great day.